Hey, it's the HDTV Tech Guy, and today I'm going over the Sharp LC-70UE30U. I'll let the link in the description below to get a great deal on this model. And there's also some user reviews over there, so be sure to check that out, see what other people are saying about it. So I'm going to jump right into it. Obviously this model has that 4K Ultra HD resolution, and this is where you're going to get that amazing picture quality, because 4K has 4 times as many pixels as a 1080p Full HD resolution. So picture quality is not an issue here. You get 8,294,400 pixels on the screen, so you get insanely high pixel density. You get right up to the screen, it will still look extremely sharp and clear, as opposed to say a 1080p screen. When you're getting in close, you start to see some image distortion going on and some pixelation, and that is not the case with this 4K TV. So Aquos uses a Revelation upscaler, so all of your non-4K content will be automatically upscaled to close to 4K. So obviously it's not as good as watching native 4K content, but it's definitely a huge improvement. So this model has a huge 70-inch LED screen, and it's edge lit, so the LEDs are positioned around the perimeter of the screen. The light spreads behind the LED panel. So considering the 70-inch screen size and the fact that there's a 4K resolution, the best viewing distance is about 6.7 feet. So there's some calculations going on here. I'm not going to get into the technicalities, but simply put, 6.7 feet is where you're going to get the most immersive viewing experience and see the most detail from that 4K resolution. So that's not to say that it won't look amazing beyond 6.7 feet, but like I said, that's just the sweet spot where you're going to see the most detail. So this model uses aqua dimming, so this is kind of like your local dimming feature, where there's various zones throughout the display, and this feature individually adjusts each pixels in order to deliver deep black levels and wider white levels. There's also AquoMotion 480, so this feature uses frame interpolation. So basically what happens is artificially there are frames inserted between each frame, and it reduces the motion blur. So I like to leave this feature enabled for sports, otherwise just turn it off. But it's kind of a personal preference, so be sure to check it out and see if you like it on. If not, you could easily disable it in the settings menu. So this TV has an extremely sleek design going for it. The thin border, it's only 0.35 inches surrounding the screen, so there's no border distraction at all. You won't even really notice the border with all the lights out. So it does create a much more immersive experience. Some TVs have that thick, ugly border that can be distracting. There's also a thin profile, and this model weighs 77.2 pounds without the stand and 83.8 pounds with the stand. And if you want to mount this TV up on the wall, it's Visa 400 by 400. So this means that the holes on the rear of the display are 400 millimeters across and 400 millimeters down. So other features, there's Android TV. That's the smart TV user interface, and that's a huge plus because you get access to the Google Play Store. You can download tons of apps, games, whatever, and it just creates a much better overall experience than most smart TV user interfaces. So there's also a quad core, so you get that snappy interface as well. Some TVs don't have that quad core, so they tend to be really sluggish when navigating, and that's not the case with this model. You also get that fully functional web browser as well. And I wanted to throw in that this TV has a 10 million to 1 contrast ratio. So on top of the aqua dimming feature combined with a high contrast ratio, black levels are really not an issue. You get really deep blacks with this model. As for the inputs, there's 4 HDMI ports, 1 RF in port, 1 component shared with a composite, 1 audio input, 1 audio output mini jack, 3 USB ports, 1 Ethernet port, and an optical audio output. So to conclude, the Sharp 70UE30U is an awesome choice if you're looking for a larger screen that has that 4K resolution. And what separates this model from others is the Android TV Smart TV user interface, and I personally really like the design of this model. So be sure to check out the link in the description below to get a great deal on it, and you're also going to read those user reviews as well and see what other people are experiencing with it. I hope you found this quick overview helpful.